This Chinese billionaire is believed to be one of the world's most powerful tech moguls. Let's take a look at why Jack Ma is making headlines once again. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. For this video, we will discover how Jack Ma's businesses lost $780 billion this year. But before anything else, please leave a like on the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell down below so you won't miss our videos. Without any further ado, let's hop on right to the video. Jack Ma is one of the few business people in the world who has been able to generate over $1 trillion in market value. Last year, in October 2020, Jack's companies were valued at a total of $1.326 trillion. But in just 8 months, his empire had shrunk to $696 billion, implying that he lost $630 billion in 8 months, or $78 billion per month. Since then, things have only gotten worse, as Alibaba has shed another $150 billion in the last 4 months, putting Jack's to a total of $1.326 trillion. We can't control the future with yesterday's data, which implies there are no systemic financial dangers in China since there isn't one. The risks include a lack of systems. To most of us, this doesn't seem like a big deal compared to what Americans say about Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Many of us consider China to be a rapidly developing country, if not a developed one. The CCP concluded that Jack's remark in October was a red signal indicating he'd been allowed far too much freedom by the CCP, and it was time to put him and his wealthy pals in their place. About a week later, on November 2nd, Jack was invited to a closed-door meeting with Chinese financial regulators. At the time, this seemed like a formality. The Ant Group was about to go public, and the meeting was presumably about the IPO the next day. However, it would become clear that the meeting was not so benign when the Ant Group announced that they would be cancelling the IPO and RETU. The CCP also targeted the group's most valuable asset, their customer data. Throughout the company's existence, the Ant Group has collected financial data on billions of customers, and this was one of their major competitive advantages. While the Ant Group was bowing to the CCP's every desire, the CCP labelled this data as a monopoly on information and compelled the Ant Group to share this data with the rest of the Chinese financial sector. Jack Ma had vanished. He didn't make any public appearances or speeches. He completely stopped tweeting. In fact, he hasn't tweeted since, and he would miss the finals of his own talent show where he was a judge. There has been a lot of speculation that Jack was taken into custody and given a shake-up during this time period, but there has been no concrete proof thus far. One of the Ant Group's crown jewels was their money market fund, which was one of the world's largest. The CCP had already been suffocating the fund for a few years at this point, but this time they didn't even have to do anything. All of the regulation the CCP imposed on the Ant Group understandably frightened investors, and they would leave in droves in the first quarter of 2021. On the plus side, Jack reappeared in the public eye in early February when he was seen playing golf at the Sun Valley Golf Resort, prompting the CCP to temporarily abandon the Ant Group and Jack Ma and focus on Jack's other assets. The CCP hit Alibaba with a record $2.8 billion antitrust fine in April, claiming that the company had eliminated and restricted competition in the online retailing space. Now, while Alibaba is arguably a monopoly, similar to Amazon, Alibaba's dominance hasn't really changed over the past several years, so this is clearly just another hit on Alibaba. The CCP was enacting very similar punishments to all tech billionaires in the country. Take Diddy for example. Diddy is basically the Chinese Uber, and they have major players backing them, including Apple, Tencent and Uber. The company was planning an IPO during the summer, and though the CCP didn't block the IPO. Anyway, back to Jack Ma. On top of the CCP tearing down his companies, the Americans would decide that they wanted to join in on the fun as well. For years, the SEC has been trying to crack down on Chinese companies by requiring regular American audits. Every year, 1 or 2 fraudulent Chinese companies make their way onto the American stock market, causing American investors to lose money. The SEC believes that imposing audits will catch these frauds early on, saving investors from being duped. Personally, I believe this is a serious concern that needs to be addressed. But unfortunately for Jag, this couldn't have come at a worse time. At the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, the SEC increased the pressure on Chinese companies, essentially issuing an ultimatum. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we'll produce for you guys. We're signing off now, but we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.